Does this stress you out? Because it stresses me out. Hello! You know, I always do the intro and then I just stare at the camera for like 12 minutes. So, next in the series of my favorites, it's not a very good series name, is my favorite shoes! Oh! Oh! What are you doing? Why? Why? So this one has been requested by a few people. I will say, out of all my clothing, shoes are probably the hardest for me to find. Where I have size 9 hooves, it is very hard for me to find vintage shoes. I would say probably 80% of my shoes are modern, and then 20%, or maybe less, is vintage. I don't know if they just all had tiny feet back then, or just, you know, the ladies with bigger feet were just like, burn the shoes! So if you're like me and have a hard time finding vintage shoes in your size, this is the video for you. First up, I guess I'll just go with my most recent purchases. My most recent purchase were these Chase and Chloe shoes. I got these off of Amazon, because these are nice and cheap. And I got them for my Eevee cosplay. They smell like new shoes. Eh. Next up in my most recent purchases, ooh, this still has the price tag on it. I don't know what you would call the style of these. They're not quite Oxfords, but they look very vintage, which is so nice because I found them at DSW, which, if you don't have those around you, is a modern shoe store. Once in a blue moon, you find treasures that look like they're vintage, but you can fit your big old feet into. These are by Earth Origins. Okay, mid-video floof. I feel like I need like a horrible clip art animation for that. So next up in my mountain of shoes is these. These are actually from ModCloth, and they're Wild Diva Lounge. Wild Diva, that's me. They're not the most comfortable, and I found that shoes that I got from ModCloth look nice, but aren't very comfortable. If I could fill my shoe collection with this ballerina type shoe, I totally would, because I don't know what it is about them, but I just find them very, very charming. So good at describing things. So good. If you don't mind, I'd like... Next up, these always get a ton of questions whenever I wear them. Eris Allen shoes. And actually my mom gave these to me back when I first started doing vintage style, and I'm pretty sure that they're dance shoes, but because of that, they are super comfortable. I'm not sure they even sell them anymore. Believe me, I hate when I have to say that, when I have to be like, I got these like 4 years ago, they don't sell them anymore. I feel like the most useless person on the planet. Next up is another pair from ModCloth, and they're just a simple pair of flats with a little ankle strap on them. And they're by Soda. These are another pair that are not the world's most comfortable shoes, but I wear them anyways. This little part right here digs into the back of my ankle like it's its job. But Rachel, why is it your favorite shoes if it hurt? Because they're cute. Now the way they make this music more. Next up is this very simple shoe that I actually have 3 colors of because I like them so much. I think I got these on eBay, and they are city classified. They're very simple, very lightweight, kind of flimsy, cheap Maryjanes. Next up, you've probably heard me mention a million times, are these sandals, which are Cliffs by White Mountain. I had a pair of these that I literally wore to the ground. I scoured eBay and found a pair. They are, I think, a half size too small, but I was not about to let that ruin my research. in finding these babies, because they are hard to find. Next up, little witchy shoes from Pinup Girl Clothing. Liliana, I think. They came out a couple years ago and they were all the rage on Instagram, and for good reasons, because they are freaking adorable. On the lace-up topic is this pair of Gladiator Sandals, and I actually got these from utopiate.com. I am partnering with them on Instagram for a giveaway for an Audrey Hepburn Roman holiday costume giveaway. And obviously with those kind of wholesale websites, they're not the best quality, but I was actually surprised how well they've held up. I've worn these a lot. They're still going strong. I know eventually these little leather straps are gonna break, but until then, I'm gonna wear the crap out of them. Next up are these very elegant black shoes with the strap. These were kind of my first pair of actual heels, because I used to be very nervous about wearing shoes with any sort of height, because I am 5'9", and when I wear heels, I am a giant, which used to bug me and used to make me feel a bit insecure. But now I'm at the point in my life where it's like, well, good. These are by Naturalizer. I also have a pair by the same brand in brown. They're a little bit different, but still just as cute. Next up, I also get a lot of questions about, and it is these boots. And these are another one that I feel super useless when people ask me about, because they are by Rocket Dog. But again, these were 3-4 years ago. I've heard from people that they can't find them anywhere and they don't sell them anymore. So I'm sorry. But Rocket Dog, if that helps you in any way. Next up are these emerald green heels. I actually bought these for the wedding, which I wore through the ceremony and then switched to flats during the reception so that I could dance. But they are by Cities. I scoured the depths of the internet and Etsy to find forest green shoes. Came across these, and again, I think they might be like a half size. Yeah, they're 8.5. I'm a size 9. So they're a tiny bit small, but not enough to make me stop wearing them because these are so pretty. And these ones are actually vintage, which, come to think of it, I don't think I've done any vintage shoes yet. So maybe change that percentage I was talking about to like 98% modern, 2% vintage. Oops. Next up are these freaking adorable shoes. They are originally from American Eagle. I picked them up at my local thrift store. I love them so much, and they're super comfortable. Well, I hope you're not all watching this for very vivid descriptions of these shoes, because you're in the wrong place. Another pair that I get tons of questions on, these amazing lace-up boots. They are Breckelles, and I got them from Amazon. You can search Amazon, you can search eBay. They are very available on the interwebs. I have some in black, I have some in dark brown. They are super comfortable, very cheap, fall time. These are my jam. Jams? These are my jams. These are my jam. Yeah, I have one jam. So therefore, multiple boots would only be one jam. I wear them a lot is what I'm trying to get at. And that is it. I hope that it's not too disappointing. I love you all. Thank you for watching. You know, After all this time, I'm still horrible at outros. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay. Alright, bye. Can you not eat that? Like, I don't. Come here, what's this? In the arms of the I could die in your arms tonight. And these are Frodo's favorite shoes. They're called Grinch slippers. Very impressive.